Monday, June 16th. I'm out at the Heritage Pond getting ready to take off, do some training riding. It's in the afternoon. Let's go put down some miles. So today, trying out some new stuff. I got a handlebar mirror, which putting the bike in and out of the truck is a pain in the ass with that thing on there, I gotta tell you. And then I have put the GoPro on a chest mount to see what kind of footage we get today. I have no clue what it's going to look like. I hope I have it set to the right angle. Who knows? Maybe at the end of the day I won't have anything to show. I wanted to ride all afternoon, but the weather channel kept showing severe thunderstorms coming. They were saying 3 o'clock, then 4 o'clock, now 5 o'clock. It's about 4:30. I said, hell with it, I'm going for a bike ride. If it rains, I'll deal with it. It's been sprinkling and raining a bit, but they were threatening thunderstorms, and it hasn't happened yet. Oh, I gotta stop quick. Forgot to take my wallet out of my pocket along with my keys, which are kind of annoying to ride with, so I'm gonna put those away in the fork bag or handlebar bag. All right, pockets are empty. This is my first day back on the bike in almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week since I've ridden. I just had a lot going on. On Saturday, did a motorcycle ride at the Veterans Freedom Center. Yesterday was Father's Day. So, see what kind of miles we can put down today. This is the first time I've tried riding in the afternoon because I wanted to ride when it was warmer so that I can prepare myself for Ragbrai a little better for the heat of July. And it was really warm this morning, and then the rain came. It cooled everything off, so it's not even warm anymore. It's just wet and cool. I plan to ride tonight and then tomorrow morning again, so that'll get me back-to-back riding. I was planning to do Wednesday as well, but it's supposed to just rain all day Wednesday. So if it's doing that, I probably won't ride. Maybe do it Thursday. I don't know if this shows up well or not in the camera. I just went through a pile of mulberries that are on the trail. They've been all over the place here. Trying to avoid hitting them. I know in the past riding and mulberries, they tend to fling juice all over your back, all over your legs, and it stains everything. And they're all over the trail today. From the rain, I'm assuming, and wind maybe knocking them all down. So we'll see how stained up I am at the end of the day. Yeah, after taking a week off, my ass is sore. I think I kind of He's building up a tolerance. You take a little bit of time off and that tolerance goes away. You wouldn't think just doing that little bit of time off would make a difference, but I think it does. So up until last week, this past Wednesday, I've been doing leg days still in the gym. I lift weights Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And through all this Ragbrai training, I've still been doing legs on Wednesdays. But I've decided after this past week, I'm gonna start ramping up more miles on the bike. And I'm just gonna cut out leg day entirely until after Ragbrai. Excuse me. Whoa, whoa. That kid about ran right in front of me. Wow, there's a lot of gnats tonight, or some kind of bug flying in my face. I just had one go up under my glasses and get in the corner of my eye. That's lovely. Anyway, as I was saying, doing leg training, lifting. My legs have been getting pretty fatigued, just aching in my knees and joints with all this training plus doing leg lifting. I think it was just a little too much. So I'm cutting out the leg days and just doing the biking now till after Ragbrai. I'm getting plenty of leg workouts out here pedaling. I don't think I need to be doing squats and presses and all that on top of this, so running into a little headwind here. Yeah, I don't know how this chest mount's gonna be for footage, but it's not like super tight, but it's definitely, the harness is making me sweat under the straps, which is, I'm sure, gonna be uncomfortable when it's actually hot out. So right now it's not hot out, it's very cool. It's kind of funny, I got this mirror on my handlebars. I keep forgetting I even have it. So I look back over my shoulder anyway. That'll take a little bit of getting used to, I'm sure. Cross over the 16th Street Bridge here, go for a ride down into Miller Park, have a little bit of different scenery. I mean, I've ridden there before in other videos, but not recently. It's been about a month or so, so let's take a ride down here today. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, this is a different trail. We'll follow this. I haven't been down this at all. This must go around the backside to Miller Park. So we'll just loop around and come back up the other way to cross the bridge again. It's always nice to go somewhere different. I don't know how long this has been here, but it looks like fairly new concrete here. and bike route. Huh. Well, there's still a sidewalk, so I'm going to keep following it. Oh, there's a pelican over here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but there's a pelican right in front of me. That's cool. Holy mulberries. Go wide here. Try to miss as many as possible. Holy mulberries. It's like a mulberry forest. Kind of like the ring of that holy mulberry instead of holy moly. Might start using that more often. Maybe it'll catch on and become a new slang phrase that people use. That'd be hilarious. So my mirror is completely out of whack all of a sudden. I didn't hit anything or do anything. It's not aiming anywhere that I had it aimed at. I have it lined up now. I'm gonna stop and see if I can tighten down the screw a little bit. I think I put the tool in my fork bag. Keep calling it a fork bag, but I know it's a handlebar bag. Oh, is that it? Yep, there's the tool. All right. See if we tighten this thing down a little bit. It ain't gonna do me much good if I hit bumps and the thing just moves. I think I had it in a good position there while I was riding, so hopefully it'll stay there now in the future. But yeah, I usually lay my bike down on the left side when I put it into the truck. And today I had to put it on the right side. So it's completely throwing me off trying to load the bike up. Because if I put it on the left side, it'll clearly just knock that mirror around because it's mounted in the handlebar. I don't know if you can see that there. Anyway, I just got to pay attention when I'm loading it and unloading it so that I'm not bouncing shit off that mirror. All right, we're gonna zip under the 16th Street Bridge. I'm thinking about being ambitious and heading up towards that water tower up there. That's up in Eagle Point Park. I zip around, go down by the dam, and then head up that way. Gotta climb that hill tonight. So far, no rain, so that's good. River cruise boat over there. Looks like it's called the American Melody. Huh. Never heard of that one before. It's a pretty decent sized boat. Oh, jeez. Huh. Well, this bike rack was not designed for bikes with disc brakes. I don't know that I like how that went in there. All right, I have to put it up against this Coke machine, I guess, or the fence, one of the two. Yeah, I put it down in there, and that thing in the disc didn't fit right. And I didn't want to have the bike leaning and bend that thing or do some damage, so we're just not going to put it in there. Walk up top here and take a look at the dam. There's a look at Locking Dam 11. So I got the GoPro back on the handlebar mount. The chest mount was getting really warm, and I also was not certain of what it was aiming at, what kind of footage I was getting. So I figured I'd just throw it back on the bars here and get the footage I know works. The chest mount felt like I was wearing a vest or something. It just compressed against your body, making you sweat, and it's not even a hot day. It's nice and cool when I'm pedaling. It started raining now, a little bit. It's sprinkling anyway. Yeah, it's nice and cool when you're riding, but as soon as I stopped and got off the bike at the dam, I immediately started sweating. It's kind of muggy when you're standing still. All right, we're gonna head up the trail that we did on the first video. I believe it was the first video. They have the eagle on its pedestal up here now for the summer. When I was a kid, my parents used to tell us that we had to hide and not let the eagle see us, or it would snatch us out of the car. So anytime we came to Eagle Point Park, we were all ducking and hiding, but we'd still try to peek to see the eagle. And obviously none of us got snatched. I remember at one point, I think it was in the 80s or 90s, somebody stole the eagle and eventually they got it back. So back up where I started all this stuff in Eagle Point Park. I don't know what the date was for that video, but I've gotten a little more comfortable being on camera, not too worried about it anymore. The trees behind me when I was up here last time had a lot of flowers going on. Now they're all just green with leaves, so springtime is fully set in. I'm gonna take a ride up through the park and get some more miles in. I think I'm about 11 miles or something now. And it's muggy. It sprinkled for a little bit, but it went away. Hopefully the rain will stay away entirely. If not, I'll just get wet like I did when I was a kid riding a bike and deal with it. Not gonna call my mom to come and get me. So riding up that hill today, my legs are definitely much stronger than they were the first time I did it. I recovered there much quicker too, just stopping, taking a quick breath. I didn't even really wait long to do a little filming there. Definitely building up my endurance, which is awesome. We are 11.3 miles in now for the day. All these pavilions up here have a Frank Lloyd Wright style to them. Kind of Scandinavian, stone and wood. They're pretty neat. There is the water tower, and it's covered in turkey vultures. back way out of the park. These homes up here got a great view of the Mississippi River. Growing up, I used to run around up here all the time in these woods. There's trails all over up in here when I was growing up. I'm sure they're still there. I don't know how many kids use them anymore though. Those kids play video games today. I don't even see the entrance to the trail anymore. Huh. Yeah, it's completely gone, grown over. We spent all of our time in these woods growing up. Oh, I don't remember if this was paved when I was a kid or if this was gravel up here. Some friends of mine lived in the house off to my left here. Had another group of friends that lived in this house right here on my right. Got in a fist fight right here on this corner. Friend lived in the house on the top of the hill here on the right. It's a very steep hill to my right, goes up to Jefferson Junior High. Just have to walk up this hill and go to school when I would come to my friend's house that lived down here anyway. Bethany home off to my left. It's a home for elderly and invalid people. Friend lived in this house here, and then that house there. And my best friend lived in the house off to my left. It's down on Stafford Street there, High Bluff Street. We're coming out to Stafford now. My house was down the road there on Stafford and Lincoln, where I grew up. And that was Thomas' place that we were riding on. I don't know if I said that already. As of yesterday, I'm exactly 5 weeks out from Ragbrai. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to be trying to ride multiple days in a row, 2, 3, 4 days in a row in some cases, until we get to Ragbrai week. I would still like to get in an 80-mile day, see what that's going to be like, but it's just trying to carve the time, man. Life is just busy. But it would be nice to see what 80 miles is going to be like, to try to pedal that in a day, let alone trying to do a century, which I think I want to try to do on Ragbrai. Let's try to do the century day. But, you know, those are just ideas in my head. The reality of the situation might not be easy. But I'm willing to give it a try. Worst case scenario, just got to use the sag wagon, right? Just go until you can't go. So the weathermen were wrong. We just got some rain, no thunderstorm. Not sure what time it is now. I pretty much just experienced a little bit of sprinkling and it lasted maybe 5 minutes and it was gone. So I'm going to turn it into Dubuque Arboretum and Botanical Garden, Marshall Park. Botanical Gardens off to the right here. I don't think I can ride a bicycle through there, but they have all kinds of different plants and flowers. They have a koi pond down there. It's really quite amazing. I brought Krista here last year to check it all out. not a very big park, but the botanical garden is pretty awesome up here, so it's worth coming up here to check it out. Ready? Well, that could have been a shitty situation there. So over the weekend, I went on the Veterans Freedom Ride and filmed some footage of that and posted it. One of the things that I've noticed when I'm doing these other videos of car and bike things, I'm not speaking. I'm just walking around filming shit and then making a collage of the video and throwing music over it. I need to figure out a way to start speaking on those videos. And I was talking to Krista about it yesterday, how when I was younger, I was really outgoing. We'd go to bars to go to concerts or, you know, local bands playing. I'd start mosh pits, just get all rowdy, just having fun, you know. Had no problem starting conversations and being the center of attention, I guess. But as I got older, I think it all started probably when I started my tattoo shop, you know, and I had rental properties and business, you know, and I have a screen printing business as well. So when you get all these responsibilities, you start becoming a more serious person. And I don't go out and I don't do anything really other than work and hang out with Krista anymore. So I've kind of lost that skill or that, I don't know, ability to just run into a situation and be like, hey, what's going on? So I need to figure out how to get that back so that I can put more personality into the videos that I'm doing at the car shows. When we went to Sholesburg, I wanted to record people talking about their cars. I wanted to interview people. But I ordered some microphones that didn't, some lab mics that didn't show up on time. I didn't know what to say to people to get them to go on camera. I didn't know if anybody would want to be on camera. What I need to do is just ask. You know, worst case scenario, if somebody says no, and I don't put them on film. But most people that have cool classic cars and motorcycles, they want to talk about their motorcycles and cars. So I need to just go up and talk to people when I'm at events and try to get those interviews, try to come out of my shell a little bit more and become a real person again. A real lively person again, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't need to get rowdy and get in bar fights, but because that was a lot of what I did too when I was younger, but I don't need to do that again. I just need to talk to people, find a story for the YouTube channel, for my videos, some kind of narrative, some kind of thing that I'm going into to create a story and a narrative, make it interesting. People don't get bored watching my stuff. That dog had shades on. I don't know if you saw that, but that was cool as hell. There's no way my dog would let me put sunglasses on her. She would hate it. 25 miles on the bike today. I think it's going on about 7:30 now. So I got my miles in. I'm gonna go home and throw some meat on the grill and get a shower and relax and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be back out in the morning riding again. It'll be the first time trying to go evening and then morning. We'll see how my body handles that. So I'll see you tomorrow morning.